Hi, Melissa from Muscle and Coffee. Welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, please give me a like, a comment, and a subscribe. I'll really appreciate it. So today I'm going to be talking about chubby children. The reason I want to talk about chubby children is because I have spoken about the effects of being very overweight, and then that was mostly from an adult perspective. But when it comes to children being overweight, there's different implications. And the reason being for this video is I don't want to, you can find out the statistics anyway, that whether the percentage or the probability of, if you are overweight as a child, the chances are that you're going to be overweight as an adult, and that overweight parents tend to have overweight children. And there are many studies and there's a lot of evidence about that, and the statistics and things of that nature, and I don't want to get into that. There's something that we don't consider when it comes to children that are overweight. Children being overweight is not actually, they cannot be held responsible for that. They are minors and they don't have the education, and they are not the ones that are earning the money, and they are not the ones that are making the food choices. They are not the ones that are cooking and all of those things. So when a child is overweight, instead of, some people become irritated with children, it's actually that you should be irritated at their parents. Yes, because sometimes children are overweight. Well, I don't want to say 100% because I don't have the statistics, but in most cases, children are overweight because people think fat children or fat kids or chubby kids are cute. Fat babies are cute. And well, that is, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But I mean, what you don't think of is that there are different stages of development in our lives, and as we grow up, yes, there is a hereditary component, but there's a joke when a patient went to see a doctor, and then they were just talking, and then the patient says, no doctor, being fat runs in our family. And then the doctor says, no, the fact that you guys are fat because nobody runs in your family, kind of a thing. So there needs to be some kind of exercise. There needs to be a culture of movement. And I know in this day and age where there's such a lot of crime, where you live, it is not possible for children to be playing outside. Like, I remember I used to play outside. We used to play when there were different cartoon shows we used to watch. You'd be characters in the cartoon shows like Thundercats and Bionic Six and those things, cowboys and crooks, or cowboys and Indians. And I mean, we played cricket in the road, we played soccer in the road, we were doing a lot of things in the streets also that now you can't do because it's not really safe anymore. You hear about children being kidnapped, you hear about all kinds of horrible things happening to children. So I understand that point of view. And then there are parents that are very overweight, and then they have children that are very overweight. But in a lot of cases, it is also just a matter of an overweight child is not as energetic as a not overweight child or a healthy weight child. So sometimes it is, I'm going to say selfish. It is selfish on the part of the parents, because the child being overweight is easier for them to manage. They don't have the same energy requirements in terms of wanting to do things and participate. And a lot of times I also understand that parents have very demanding jobs, or the hours are very long, and they don't have the actual time to play with their children. And sometimes if a parent is overweight, they don't even have the physical ability to play with their children, because I mean, children want to be active, children want to move around. So if you are not able to move around, it is actually easier for you as the parent to have a child that is also less mobile. So then you have where you are giving children a lot of snacks. And there have been studies, and I'm not really going to talk about it, where it shows that the same areas in your brain light up, like in the cases of people that are addicted to drugs. So it can be a food addiction can even develop. But there is also a matter of children are now getting so involved with technology. They have games on tablets. They are using people's They're using cell phones. They are not even potty trained yet. Young children, and they are able to be on a cell phone. And we, even as adults, we find that if you are sitting and you are inactive, maybe even watching a movie, that's when people start to snack. So what I was actually trying to get to, because I wanted to make this a short video, is that as we grow, there are different stages, like there's infancy, and then there's being a toddler, and there's being a child, and there's being a teenager, an adolescent, young adult, and all of those things. As we are growing, our bodies are growing. And one of the things that also we don't really think about is the fact that our fat cells, they are part of our bodies, they are also growing. So you may find that you are not only increasing the number of your fat cells, but you're also increasing the size of your fat cells, because it's like a balloon. You can blow it up, and then when it gets, okay, in this case, not like a balloon, because when the balloon bursts, it just pops. But it becomes so full that it actually splits off, and you actually increase the size of, well, the number of, because after a while, when it can't increase in size anymore, it needs to split off, and you're actually increasing the number of your fat cells. So now it becomes that instead of having X amount of fat cells, you now have Y amount of fat cells. And then there's also other hormones involved that makes you feel like you're hungry and you want to eat. And I spoke about set point also, where your body feels comfortable at a certain weight. So I mean, if you have a certain amount of fat cells, they are also comfortable at a certain volume. So what you need to think of, it may be cute having a chubby child, but chubby children tend to be, or chubby babies become chubby toddlers, become chubby children, become chubby teenagers, become chubby adolescents or chubby adults. And you are actually making it difficult for your child in the future, because when you do lose weight, when you have an epiphany, or you have some health scare, or you just want to become more active, you will find that it is easy that you lose the weight, but somehow it is very easy to gain the weight back again, because the fat cell numbers, it's a terrible thing. It never really decreases. So if you have been very overweight and you have been very inactive, if you become very active and then you lose the weight and then you become inactive and your food levels start to go back to what it was, you will find that you will actually put the weight back again quicker, and sometimes you'll find they rebound and you actually become even more overweight. So just something to keep in mind is that you are making it more difficult. You as an adult, you are the sum of your own choices. But now don't, for future generations, make it harder for children who are going to become adults, because you think they are cute and they are more manageable being overweight or being chubby. So okay, this went on a little bit longer than I thought, than I planned, and I didn't want to talk about scientific studies and things like that, but just to be cognizant of the fact that as we are growing, our fat cell numbers are also growing. And maybe people are overweight in your family because there is more a culture of inactivity and, I don't want to say excessive eating, but generally you don't become excessively overweight without excessively eating, because we again come to calories in and calories out. So just be cognizant of that, and remember that you are going to make it more difficult. And I mean, no parent wants their child to have a harder life than they did. They want things to be easier for their children than they experience. They want them to have the ideal childhood almost. And I mean, children especially, I know now we are in a culture of fat positivity and health at every size and being thick, and that is desirable. But children can be brutal, and they will tell you if you are overweight, and it will not be in the kindest of terms. So yeah, I really said a lot. So just be cognizant of the fact and be a bit more mindful of your eating and be more responsible, because remember, children are children, and if they will want what they will want, and sometimes they will want junk food and they will eat whatever they want to. So you will actually need to be the person that monitors them in terms of the eating. And maybe it can be, if everybody is overweight, then everybody can start reducing the calories together and becoming more active together, and then it can become more of a family and a bonding activity, and you will find that everybody may even enjoy it and be happier as a family together. Okay, so that's all from me. See you in the next video. Bye.